So I did a video that went viral, and it was basically a rant, and I was giving it from the perspective of a naturalized citizen, and I went all in on Ilhan Omar because I was tired of the falsehoods. She had made a statement talking about the fact that she's an American citizen and she can't be deported, but yet she had failed to make a distinction that there are two types of citizens, American citizens. There's natural born and naturalized, and I went ahead and gave the breakdown. If you check my page, you'll see the video. I've pinned it so it can provide you with more context. So the reason for this video is I wanted to kind of clap back on one video that I had seen that has made its round on social media about a Somali woman who's going on social media ranting about the fact that she's not getting any support. Somalis are not getting support from, whether it's other fellow Africans or, Americans, because they go ahead and they help other people, but now that they need support and they need help, nobody's coming to their aid. Something to that effect, okay? So I want to respond to that, and I'm now talking from the perspective of an African, a Zambian, okay? But I'm talking in the context of an African. Somalis, let me tell you something about Somalis. Somalis are very self-centered group of people. When it comes to Africans, Somalis like to distance themselves from other African nations, and I'm sure I'll get a lot of other Africans in the comments who can vouch for what I'm saying. Time and time again, Somalis, when you tell them that they are Africans, they will quickly debunk that. They will tell you flat out, no, we're not Africans, we're Somalis. What? Are you kidding me? So they don't even want to claim that they are Africans. They will make that distinction and tell you that they are Somalis. But yet, Somalia is in the content of Africa. Okay. So what I've noticed about Somalis, and especially about the video that I had made, I had seen a lot of comments from other Somalis that came into my comments saying that, I was making all these comments. I should be ashamed of myself as a fellow African, why I'm not supporting our Somalia, our Somali sister. You're an African, but you're not supporting, you're talking down on her. So again, these people are making that distinction, calling themselves Somalis. They're not even saying our African sister. So they want to separate themselves. But yet, these people, if they don't have that support, if you don't support Somalis and you're on the total opposite spectrum in terms of your thinking, they call other Africans slaves, they're calling us monkeys, they're calling us all these disparaging words, all these other Africans disparaging words when we don't support them. And quick to say that they are not Africans, they are Somalis. But now they want to cry for not getting support from other African nations. Can you see the hypocrisy here? So Somalis want support from other Africans when it's best convenient for them. Now that they're going through a crisis because now they're being called out for the amount of fraud that they're committing in America and all these shenanigans, all these things that are going on. Now they're calling for other Africans to come to their aid. No. I'll tell you something. When it comes to Ilhan Omar, I don't even claim her as an African. Heck, I don't even claim her as an American because she doesn't act like one. She's not an American. She's only an American by title because she got her citizenship, but even that's in question. So when it comes to Somalis, I'll be damned if you're gonna come to me saying that you need support from me because I'm an African when you talk dirty and low down and disparaging to other African nations when they don't side with you. I'm quite honest with you, when it comes to Somalis, from my observation, when it comes to dealing with other Africans, they're not very inviting, they're not very welcoming. They like to exclude themselves. They don't want to include themselves when they see other fellow Africans, instead of like, you know, being like, hey, you know, now let's see another, we're seeing another African person here, let's have that camaraderie. They don't want to do all that. They want to just stick to themselves. So no, I'm not going to support them just because they are in the continent of Africa and they are Africans, but yet they never want to call themselves Africans. They always want to call themselves Somalis. And quite frankly, I just don't feel like Somalis like are a true representations of Africans as a whole, because a lot of African countries, we demonstrate the spirit of Ubuntu. We like that community. We take everybody in. You know, other African nations, when we see other Africans, we embrace each other, you know, especially when we're in foreign lands. When you come across Somalis in a foreign land and they see other Africans, they don't care. So I don't care about them. I'll be honest. That's why they don't have my support. And I'm not just going to be supporting, you know, Somali just because they're from Africa. But, you know, they don't want to include themselves as other Africans. Nah, sorry. I can't do it. They are very selfish people. They're not nice. They're not nice people. I haven't encountered any nice Somalian. You know, they mean mug you when you look at them, when they hear that you're from Africa, you know, instead of trying to be embracing. Nah, I'm over it. You know, Somalis, you're on your own.
Hello YouTube family, I hope that everyone is doing fine. Today's topic is uncomfortable, but we need to discuss about it. Videos have been circulating on social media showing how openly African nations are saying no to the deported Somalis being sent to their countries. Many people are asking these hard questions. Why are these deportations happening, and why are Africans saying no to the deported Somalis? This issue is not just about the Somalis. It touches on migration, borders, and leadership failures, and also how African countries deal with each other during this time of the crisis. Before we judge anyone, we need to understand what is really going on beneath the surface. This is Political Realities. If you are new here, take a minute to subscribe, to like, and to share today's video. I have some few reaction clips with me. Let's watch and see how people are expressing themselves and why they are saying no to the deported Somalis.
There's been a huge shift in Africa's refugee landscape, as Uganda has stopped granting refugee status to new arrivals from Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Somalia. Reason being, the Ugandan government says that these countries are no longer war zones, so asylum claims are being limited, which is a surprise to many, as Uganda used to be praised for its decades-long open-door refugee policy. But international funding has dropped sharply, straining not only their food supplies, but also their shelter and healthcare services. This new change has affected thousands who are already planning to go there, leaving many new arrivals stuck. However, this new change does not affect already recognized refugees in Uganda. Their refugee status will stay valid. Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are about this whole situation, because it's kind of mad how
Very, very vital. I wish to talk about.
Do you think it's normal to operate in somebody's house by force when the owner of the house tells you to leave? You don't want to, you refuse to leave. And I found what type of disrespect is that one? But do you think this is Somalia? Do you think this is Pakistan or wherever you come from, where you can just, how you can just, you people are literally doing as you please in a foreign land?
They went to march against us, fighting for our children. They went to march. So in this case, you can call your march.
You're not going to hijack our houses. You're not going to hijack the economic space that South Africans are supposed to operate in. We are here to send that message to you, to give that message to you. Panamanja, please, let's not waste time. I agree everything you said according to the agreement expiry. And on top of that, they are refusing to sign or comply.
For transport.
Yes. So why he calls the brother? Open to us. Open. No. Why he calls
Somali nationals officially banned from entering the United States? Now, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, has just imposed a full travel ban on all Somali nationals, both immigrant and non-immigrant entry into the country, starting the 9th of June 2025. Now, Donald Trump claims that Somalia lacks the infrastructure and security capacity to properly screen and vet individuals, posing a perceived threat to American national society. Now, President Donald Trump has also claimed that Somalia has long faced challenges, including weak central governance, limited territorial control, and the presence of militia groups, which have fueled US concerns over safe havens and unvetted migration. So this ban severely restricts all Somali nationals' ability to travel for education, family reunification, business, and medical reasons, and could further isolate the country, both economically and diplomatically. Now, experts are saying unless Somalia strengthens its governance, security, and documentation systems, Somali citizens may face long-term exclusion from global mobility and opportunities, further hindering the country's national development. If you care about what's happening in the Horn of Africa and want to stay informed from a Somali perspective, make sure you follow us. We'll be covering all the stories that actually matter. Real, raw, and unfiltered.
If Ruto agrees to take the deported Somalis into Kenya, we are going to the streets. We do not want those motherfuckers in Kenya. They need to get deported to Somalia, Mogadishu, where they want to be. Ruto, you are warned. Do not try that at home. We will go to the streets.
It is funny how the world has perfect vision when we make a mistake, but goes blind when we offer a hand. Why is our assistance always invisible? You see, they call us hostile. They call us tribal. But open your history books. Go back to 1935, when the Italian fascists wanted to crush Ethiopia, the last free nation on the continent. Who did they try to send to the front lines? Us. They put guns in Somali hands and said, go kill your neighbors. And what did we do? Many of our forefathers said no. They were executed for refusing to be the foreigner's weapon against their own neighbors. And in return, Ethiopia invaded us when American masters gave them the green light. But we didn't learn. Look at South Africa. When the world turned its back on them during apartheid, who opened their doors? Us. When Mandela had no citizenship, we gave him a Somali passport. We trained their fighters. We gave them the guns they used to break their chains. And how did they repay us? By stoning us in the townships, by burning our shops and murdering our brothers in the streets of the nation we helped liberate. We gave them freedom. They gave us xenophobia. So why are we still so thick-headed today? Why do I see other Africans joining the chorus to demonize us? Do you not see that the same playbook is being used? Divide and conquer. When the Somali nurses healed you during the pandemic, you forgot. But the moment the news tells you to fear us, you remember. Is it this easy to make you hate other people who share your skin color but look different?
The US needs to start working on the limitation for the number of children that a household should have. Maybe make it 4 or 3, because the Somali people can give birth. They give birth up to 10 kids per household, and they can't feed them.
We need to wake up. The only winner in this war is the one watching us tear each other apart.
It's right. I'm just going to say it, okay? They are coming with the whole gaslighting, okay? People are telling you how they're feeling hurt by the way that you guys are treating them and what you guys have been doing over time. Now, you guys now want empathy, okay? And I saw that a lot of African countries are like, don't even bring them here, because you guys, I've not had like one-on-one with any Somali, so I can't even say some things, okay, but most of the things that we see on social media is beginning to make it look like it's as if everybody, just like, just take your country, okay? If you're deporting them, Trump, please send them to Somali, don't bring them here. That's what a lot of people are saying. Like this lady said, it can happen to anybody, and that's true. It can happen to anybody, it can happen to any country. Most of us are in the travel ban list, and we are taking it, assimilating it, and sucking it in. But the truth remains that most of the things that you guys are being accused of, somebody has to take responsibility. Okay, somebody has to come out and say, yes, we have actually been doing this, but we need to come to a place where there has to be a change. Okay, you cannot be denying blackness and all of a sudden you now want the same black people to come and save you. That's where the problem lies.
Agrees to take the deported Somalis into Kenya. We are going to the streets. We do not want those motherfuckers in Kenya. They need to get deported to Somalia, Mogadishu, where they want to be. Ruto, you are warned. Do not try that at home. We will go to the streets. If
Just when you think that you've seen the worst, Kenyans are now everywhere saying, we don't want Somalis back in our country. We don't want them. If they're deported from the US, let them go straight to Somali. Okay, but some of them will go to Somali and still find a way to come to Kenya. Because all of you are actually East African, so Kenya is the closest. Yes. This is not a laughing matter, but you guys. So someone said, I think East Africa countries need to work hands to have a good relationship with each other. Why we hate each other? Why we are the same people from East Africa? Sister, we are one people. But you guys, now they are trying to be one people. These are literally the people that keep saying, we're not black, we're Somali, we're not black, we are this, we're not black, we are that. Now you are not claiming to be black, and you will forget our Somali regions, like, so he listed a lot of places, possibly Nairobi region as well. This is the problem. It's just the mouth, the arrogance, the talk. The small talk that you guys are talking is the reason why nobody wants you guys. I've never seen someone speak with so much, hate, okay, towards the Somali community. Telling Somalis in Kenya to go back shows you don't know the history. Somalis have lived here, okay, long before modern borders, and we built a lot of what you see today. That's the problem. It's not about building. Like, how Somalis in the US keep saying that they have lived in the US since how many years, and God gave them Somali 3,000 years ago. That's exactly what this person is playing out. You cannot be doing that, okay? And she never said you guys should go back. They're just saying don't bring the ones from the US into the country. That's just what they're saying. If that's the
Welcome back. So I came across this video that says we don't want them, and this really caught my attention. It shows African rejecting Somali deportees who are being sent into different African countries. And when you hear about that, the first reaction is always shock, because Africa always talks about unity, brotherhood, and helping each other. But when you listen closely to the people speaking, you realize this anger did not come from nowhere. People feel overwhelmed, ignored, and tired of decisions being made without being involved. Many of these countries are already struggling with unemployment, insecurity, and weak public services. So when deportees arrive, locals feel like they are being forced to carry another country's burden. Some say it is not about hating Somalis, but about survival. They ask, if Somalia has leaders, why are other African countries paying the price for the Somalis' problems? That question may sound harsh, but it reflects frustration that has been building for years. So at the same time, we cannot ignore the human side. Deportation is not just a small thing. These are people, these are families, young men, women being moved to places with luggage. Many of them did not choose where they are being sent. So the real issue here is leadership failure, not the ordinary people. Governments make agreements, but citizens deal with the consequences. And when leaders fail to explain or prepare their people, anger fills those gaps. This situation exposes a bigger African problem. We talk about borders when it benefits us, and unity when it sounds good. But when pressure comes, everyone pulls back. Instead of Africans fighting Africans, the real conversation should be about accountability, fair agreements and long-term solutions. Because today it is Somali deportees, tomorrow it could be someone else. And if we don't talk about this with honesty, then the problem will only grow louder. You have been watching Polito Realities. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, be grounded and be blessed.